YouTube, what is going on? Crowder here, and today I'm going to be going over Hacienda. It just got added to the ranked rotation a couple days ago, probably like about a week ago now, and we're going to go over basic callouts and the hardpoint spawn guide so you guys can have a little bit more fun while you're playing ranked play. Okay, so we're going to start off where we spawned in the map right now, and over here is going to be driveway, and you're going to take driveway up over to this spinning car right here. This is what we've been calling Lambo since Black Ops 4, so this is the second hill of the game as well, so this is P2 or Lambo. And as you kind of push around, you have the outer hop. You can hop in from the water over here. So the outer, the outer hop up or the outer water hop up. Pushing past here, this is going to be called checkers or, front P2. Front P2 is probably going to work most of the time. This area right here is going to be the fourth hill of the game, aka P4. If you don't want to call this P4, you can call this rock because it's a giant rock. Now pushing over towards this way, we're going to call this just like the rock steps or the P4 steps kind of coming towards this. Down here is going to be like the bar or wine or barrels. This is not really barrels anymore. So wine or bar is what people are calling down like over here outside of P1. And then this is kind of like the wine cut or the wine arches. So you can kind of call this the arches or the wine arches steps, the rock steps, and people will kind of understand what you're saying. You can also say their side or our side of P4 and people will definitely, pick up what you're putting down. But as we run around this map over here, you're going to have the hedges, which is just like the hedge right here, the solo hedge. Over here is going to be boathouse. This is not going to be used too much unless you're playing S&D. As you kind of push back towards this way, you're going to have the back garden or the back statue, but most of the time guarded works. And then that's going to be a spawn as well for P3, so it is important. And then over here is going to be the tin area. So this is going to be tin, inside of tin, outside of tin. Back over here is going to be like this back heady or the god heady, flowers heady. So yeah, this area right here with this fence is all going to be P3. And then you push past P3, and this is going to be the shed or the outer fences or just in general fences here. And then you can push past towards this is going to be the well. And what we used to call this is like the double fences area as well, because this one, when you kind of get to the well towards the double fences, this is a very important route, just kind of going towards the back of P2 and especially the P2 spawns. To kind of go back all the way over here to what is going to be lion, statue, or you can call this square as well, which is going to be a back square spawn on this P2. So yeah, that's going to be the outskirts of the map. Now let's look at the inside. The inside of the map is going to be simple. This is going to be lobby. Call this lobby. And then you're going to have top lobby. So if you go through down here, you're going to have this, which is going to be bottom secret. This is going to be secret stairs. And then, of course, you have front secret this way. You can kind of just all call them that. You can also call this pug if you want to, just like this front area. But most of the time, as soon as they kind of enter down here, secret is going to work for you. And then, you can kind of come out towards the middle fountain. This is going to be P1. You can cut to over here, which is going to be middle arches, like the double arches right here, which is very important for S&D and hardpoint in general. If you go to top lobby and you enter the hallways, there's going to be two hallways that you have. You have your left hallway and your right hallway. Now, this left hallway over here, that's all closed. There's no open windows this way. This is going to be considered closed hallway. So this is top closed. This is new. This was not in Black Ops 4 for the map that they actually played in the pro world. I know this was a different version of Hacienda. But this is going to be top closed window and top closed balcony. So you have the closed balcony and window. You have the top closed hallway. You have the lobby hallway or the lobby entrance, top lobby entrance. That's like their side lobby. And then, of course, their side over there. And then this hallway over here is going to be top open. So you have open head glitch, middle open stairs to rock, like these open stairs right here. And then you go onto this side of the map, which is going to be their shark. This is what we used to call top shark over here. There used to be a little aquarium of sharks. So you have top shark and then the shark hallway over this way. So it's very easy. I'm top open window. I'm top closed windows right now. And then, of course, I'm top closed going towards that hallway. So it's all pretty simple in this map. This is kind of the beauty of this map of how simple it really is. And then you have this upper area right here of the P3. This is just going to be top plat. A lot of people use the platform stairs here to head glitch, kind of look over P3 this way. Of course, you can kind of go up here, play these head glitches, and then look at the top plat door, the closed door. Then if you take top shark, you have the top shark window this way, which is going to be important for S&D. And then if you go down here towards this area, this is going to be bottom vault because there is just a big vault this way. So they can kind of go vault, the bottom wine or bar. And then that is going to be everything in Hacienda callouts wise. A very simple map, very easy to understand, and that's why it's such a great map, and it's going to be added to the CDL rotation hopefully soon. Now let's go over the hardpoint spawns and break down hardpoint a little bit for you. Okay, so we're going to be starting off with Hacienda hardpoint P1. That is going to be right in the center where the fountain is. You can see from it on the mini map right now. It is going to be over here this way. And there are going to be basically 4 corners of the spawns that you have to worry about. And of course, you can kind of spawn in the middle too, where the blue arrows are. And of course, the red arrows are. This is going to be vault. that we just talked about there in back garden. And then this is going to be over by the lobby side this way. So if I hit this start right now, you're going to see as these arrows kind of play out, you're going to get a lot of spawns that are over by the Lambo side, back by these fences over here, back over here by tin, and then over here towards this way too, you can kind of get that boathouse spawn. You can also spawn in the back middles too. But a big thing that you really want to notice when you are playing Hacienda is the influence that you have on the map is going to kind of give the influence of where the other arrows are going to spawn. So right now, the red arrows are kind of blocking like the right side and the back middle. So they're going to either spawn back over here towards the back right middle or the back left. So the more you can read that minimap in the top left, the more you'll kind of have an understanding of what is going on. I will be completely honest, for rank play and how crazy rank play can get, it is going to be a little bit confusing. As you can see, you can kind of get some weird splits over this way too on the hill. So I would recommend just watching this entire thing through and just kind of seeing the spawns that they can get. And then the more communication and better minimap reading that you have, the more you'll kind of understand where they're coming from when it comes to P1. And just to back it up a little bit, as I was talking about that, you really want to also know what the cutoff here. When you're spawning over this way, they're going to either take this rock doorway, which is a big cut, or the top lobby or the bottom lobby doorway too, which is also a big cutoff. These arches over here are also really important. And then, of course, over here by the shark area is going to be there. Those 4 entrances are going to be what you want to cut off depending on where your teammates are spawning. And then if you can get top hallway controls on this map, it is going to be very helpful for you to find your way to get some good cutoffs, some good kills, and then be able to hop into hill as well when you are playing on P1. Now moving over to P2, the P2 is going to be where the Lambo is that we just talked about. You're going to have a front spawn over here, kind of where the blue arrows are like, you know, blue arrows are kind of creeping towards. You're going to have your back lion statue over this way, back square. And then you're going to have your outer fences spawns. Those are going to be your 3 primary spawns on this one. This is much more simple than that P1. And as you kind of see these arrows go out, the more influence blue kind of has like towards this, you're going to see that the red arrows are spawning on this side of the hill. And then, of course, you also have this spawn that is open, which is weird. So if number 8, instead of running forward right there where all those arrows were, actually kind of went back towards the left and tried to block both back, middle, and left, they probably would have all spawned in the front. So depending on what you are doing right now, you want to make sure that you are blocking the back spawn over here and also these fences spawns if you can, if you really want to be able to demon trap people front. And then, of course, if you're able to push out front, you can kind of get some really good map control. But, you know, when you're playing rank play, it's not always going to be super perfect. It's going to be scrappy. So just get to heads up. If you are spawning in the back middle and you see your teammates pushing out front, you're probably going to have to look at this left fences spawn. And then if you were spawning over here and you were trying to rotate to P3, you're going to make sure you want to kind of stop this route of what number 6 just did. He kind of rotated all the way through the left. If you were spawning over here, you either want to rotate back and kind of catch him this way or kind of cut across the middle of the map and try and catch him before he does this kind of route right here. So those spawns on P2 are pretty simple. Just back it up to a random time. Again, you're just going to see these spawns wind down. Again, a lot of the front spawns, a lot of the back spawns. And now that this guy is rotating over this way, technically speaking, if the red arrows were to push out and get some kills, they would probably spawn behind them this way or over towards the fences. So just look at those spawns when you're playing. Realize the routes that they can take from those. If you're spawning in the back, they're probably going to come up the driveway or through lobby. If you're spawning either towards like the middle or the front, you can either pinch through their lobby or obviously flood towards the hill. And then, of course, if you're spawning over fences, a lot of them are going to be cutting across lobby to get to that hill. So that is just going to be some hot spots to keep in mind while you were playing P2. And now moving over to P3, which is going to be these fences area under the platform this way towards number 6's arrow. You're going to have the back garden area spawns over this way, just like this in general area of where they can be spawning that way. And you're going to have a lot of outer fences spawns, which is going to be this. It's going to be very simple. But the one thing I want you to notice is that if you really kind of push from the fences all the way to this side and you're all bundled up, if this spawn is wide open, they can definitely split spawn behind you depending on how kills go. So as you kind of just watch these arrows, you can see that the blue arrows are spawning over towards garden side. So right now, these red arrows should spawn, you know, probably technically over here by the fences. And that's exactly what happens. And this is a pretty straightforward hill. A big route that you can kind of take with this new top close window, the balcony over there being open, is you could spawn and actually pinch this way and be able to spawn kill people. But the big thing that you just noticed too is if you have the back spawns and you're also blocking like these like front fences spawns, there is a middle lobby spawn too. That will happen. So those are going to be the 3 spawns that you kind of want to look out for at a basic level when you were playing Hacienda rank play. You have your back spawns, your front spawns, and then of course your middle lobby spawns. And then depending on what you want to cut off, you can see how those arrows go. So I recommend watching that one more time. Back it up a couple seconds here and you can just run through these spawns again. But the more you play the game and the more you realize what's actually happening, the more you will see that split spawns definitely can happen if no one's anchoring or blocking spawns. And then, of course, if you're spawning middle, that probably means that there's someone over here, which number 7 was. And then the more you play it and the more routine it becomes for you, the more you can read your minimap, see what's going on, and know exactly where the enemy is coming from when you were playing Hacienda Hardpoint. And now moving on to the last hill, it's going to be the Rock Hill, P4. This is the simplest hill, I would say, in this map. P1 being the most confusing. I think this one's the most simple. You have your boathouse spawns over this way, and you have your Lambo spawns over that way. And that's basically what you're going to need to know. If they're spawning boathouse, they're either going to flood through this way, or kind of go through, like, you know, your bottom cart arches here, or obviously try to go top shark and get the hallway control. And then, of course, if you are getting enough kills and you are spawning on both sides, you can see that number 7 spawned on like a split, so he kind of backs up. You're going to spawn them a little bit deeper to the driveway. If you block the right spawns, you can spawn them really, really far. If you are not blocking that, you can see that closer Lambo spawn is going to be obviously a possibility as well. So if you were able to block, you know, one side of this and kind of have them funnel through one way, they're either going to go a lot through Lambo and then through this top hallway to kind of try and collapse, or maybe through bottom and hop up. But it is going to be very self-explanatory when it comes to this hill. You really want to, you know, make sure you're holding their side of the hill and the middle doorway. It's very simple from that. And then if you're spawning on this side, they're most likely spawning boathouse, and you can see what route he could take. He could either went top vault, he can go through the bottom cut, or he can flood the hill. And that is going to be P4 in a nutshell. And then once this P4 is over, you go right back to P1. And the more you play, the more reps you get. And the more you watch this, especially when this gets added to the CDL, there will be more, obviously, VOD footage for you guys to watch from the Codcaster POV. I'd recommend going back to that, or going back to this video, watch it again, and then the next time you play this map, it will click in your head like, I'm over on this side of the map right now. They should be spawning on this. The enemies are going to be coming primarily from here. Pre-aim those areas, pre-aim those lanes, slide cancel those lanes, and you should be able to get yourself a lot more kills when you're playing Hacienda Hardpoint, and just in general have a better experience for ranked play. With that being said, that is going to wrap up some Hacienda callouts and a Hardpoint guide of basic spawns, so you kind of understand the map more when you were playing. I didn't go over control too much. Just in general, I don't think control is going to make it into the CDL with how poorly they made control, the spawns and the points and everything right now. If they do fix it, maybe we'll be there. If it does get into the CDL, no matter what, we'll revisit that, of course. You guys know I'm always here to make you guides and anything that you guys need. But that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this guide. Hopefully this helps you get a little bit better at rank play. You know, avoid those hackers out there, because it's really bad right now. I'm not going to lie. And, you know, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.